What's going on? So for this video series, what I want to do and going to do is some bulletproofing, I guess you could say. Some of the main weaknesses on the 800 Razor are the rear diff pinion nut, and sometimes the transmission pinion will break in half. So I have a seal leaking from the output shaft here. So what I'm going to do is take the case off, put the new seal in there, and while I'm in there, I'm going to have those two gears in the transmission TIG welded up. I'll take care of that, and then also take care of the pinion nut in the rear. I'm going to go ahead and split the case, clean it out, check that pinion nut tightness. It's supposed to be like 250 foot-pounds, and put new seals in it. Here are the rear diff seals, pinion nut, the transmission seal, and then the ring for the tube. I'm also going with a OMC gasket because I ordered a whole new belt housing. I mean, it's not new, but it's off of like a 2015 Sportsman 800, and I wanted that because I wanted the drain on the belt box. Not that I've ever had water in my belt, but still gonna go ahead and try it out. And also I have a Super ATV 2 to 3 inch lift coming, just to take care of my shock angles because they're just not holding up with the angle there it's at. It still sags, so I'll go ahead and lift it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm trying up something different. I am wearing the head mount because being by yourself, I can't do anything hardly without trying to set up the camera right, and then I don't feel like it's got a good shot. So why not just do like a here in the shop on my head, doing what I do nightly. Not gonna do much on that because we're gonna get started on this one. Pull the belt off, pull the clutches out, get the back housing, and inspect the clutch seal. So that's what we're gonna do, get started on it. And it is 10:15, so I can't do anything loud. Everything's gonna be hand tools. So you can see here that is the seal that's leaking, of course. I could easily just take off the drive shaft and replace that seal, which I have over there. But like I said, the main thing that breaks is the gear that's right behind that. And it doesn't happen a lot. Don't make this be a scare to anyone, even though 800s really aren't that relevant anymore. But that's gonna come out, get TIG welded, just to prevent maintenance, since I've already got to take that cover off, and it's really not that much more to get to. I'm gonna have to take the snorkel off. Speaking of the snorkel, I mean, this is why disassembling and taking a look at your stuff is nice. I mean, this snorkel right here has been on the Razor now for, I think, what, 4 years? I got it when I put it on there when I first got it, and the back of the plate is rubbing on that a little bit, so it's kind of created a flat spot, but it's not through yet. And you can see it here on the back housing right there. So with it being a new plate, I'm probably going to go ahead and redo. I'm going to take off the belt exhaust snorkel and take the belt intake snorkel out and see if I can match it up, and then just put a new one on there. So those two things got to come out. That motor mount's got to come out. Lift up the motor, undo some of the motor mounts. Got to take out the front diff again. Not take it out, but unbolt it, slide it forward enough to clear this drive shaft out of there. and then we can pull that cover off. So now seems to be like a good time also to talk about some of the preventive maintenance things that I've done on this and actually kind of forgot about because they haven't given me any trouble. So then you see here, this is the vent line I have for the wheat pole. I got it coming up, looped around here a few times, created an air pocket, drained back down. I've had zero issues with that. I check the line often. Coming down off of the throttle body there for the throttle cable, I got a vent line going down to where it's plugged off. I just checked that, there's nothing in the line, so that keeps junk out of there. Polaris has a really well sealed throttle cable, unlike the Hondas and everything. So tonight I kind of got ahead of myself, or had a video in here, because I took off the cage extension, this tire side, because I kind of wanted to try something. With this tire being an open side, I can just take off the hub nut, take off the brake caliper, and everything will slide out together. Kind of makes it nicer. So and I wanted to get everything, you know, that's loud done out of the way, since it's, you know, 10 o'clock again and it's too loud to use any power tools. But all the bed is taken out, just got to lift that off, and kind of want to start getting everything out from the backside. I wasn't going to pull the bed, but after seeing some of that snorkel stuff, I want to give it a full inspection for the riding year. So might jump over there and cut down those snorkels. Might need the heater again. Let's get to it. So I don't really know what happened, because I just changed this fluid last ride, but I got a ton of water in there. It doesn't look like too much dirt got in there, so I don't know if one of my vent lines might have done it, or I know washing didn't do that. And all my seals look fine because I'm not leaking anything out, but for that only being one ride, which there was a lot of water, don't know why. But that is why I talk about preventive maintenance so much. This shouldn't have happened. I don't know why it did, but that's why we're gonna get in there, clean it out, new seals, rebuild it, and fix the issue. And it just sucks. So for tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and get this differential out. As you can kind of see, I did take apart a little bit more from what you just saw, just because it was quick, but it got this whole top part off. And really, if I would have, I don't know, I should have taken off, I mean, a few more bolts so I can have this whole motor, transmission, or diff out. If I had a little bit more time and a little bit more to do, I mean, that's what I would do, because the rear diff's got to come out already. The bracket for the transmission on this side's got to come out. The bracket connecting the two motor, or the motor to transmission's got to come out. So I'm pretty much already there. I mean, the only thing that's going to be supporting this engine is that outside motor mount, and that even might have to come out. So, you know, overall, I still might end up doing that. I don't know. Because the next time I want to pull this motor, I want to do the S cam and the 12-to-1 compression pistons and all that. But I don't know. I should just take it apart just so I can like clean the mud out from underneath there. Anyways. So, yeah, you already know you got the whole, all these bolts that come out. There's two here, two there, alongside here. There's a bunch on the bracket, and the three connecting the tube together. Just watch out for that crank position sensor. But, yeah, that's my plan tonight. Get this rear diff out. So the most time-consuming thing right now is just trying to get that dowel. There's a little dowel in there. Just trying to wiggle that free, support up the motor, get it up so the diff is not sitting on the frame, and then just start working it out. And that's all I'm doing now. And like I said, this is the most time-consuming part so far. Alright, so with it sitting here on the bench, I wasn't going to dig too deep into it, but I wanted to see what kind of nut I had, and let me get a better light here. And with all the talk going on, I mean, I had to do it. So I do have the nylon on there. It doesn't look like it's backing out at all. How I got the seal out was get a small drill bit, put some grease on there so it catches all the metal shavings, and then just put a little screw in there and pry it out that way. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't look like it's coming out at all. I really wasn't worried about it, even though everyone says it is. I don't know what kind of diff this is because the sticker's not on there anymore, but like I said, I needed it. The peace of mind is worth a little bit more. So gonna take apart this case, clean it up, get all the gunk out there, put new seals. I got a whole new seal kit for it. I don't want to do the bearings. All the bearings feel really tight, feel nice. Everything spins freely still, so just going to waiting on the tools to get built, and then we'll get to torquing this thing 250 foot-pounds.